we're going to get ready and do our top five. Oh, Paul, you're not on there. Top five movie characters that haunts. And this is where we have a lot of hosts here. He's our main, one of our main hosts, but the other guy was there filling in last week. So we are talking about, like, I love going to haunts and I love movies. So when I see movie characters at haunts, I get giddy. It's fun. I like being scared by them. I used to go to Halloween Horror Nights quite a bit back in the day when I lived in both those states, but they're showing up more and more now. And I thought it'd be fun to kind of share some of our favorites that we've seen in. Roseanne, we're going to have you start off with number 5. What's your number 5 movie character you've seen in all?
All right, so I'm going to go with Michael Myers for the reason that I mentioned before, because I think it is really neat that you can do the pop-up scares and the dummies with Michael Myers. So that's my
I love that idea. Yeah, that's a great idea. Paul, what about you? What's your number 5?
You know, I haven't seen it that much at a lot of haunts, but I like going old school with it. So I enjoy a good Frankenstein's pitter-pattering back and forth, slowly just walking.
Now, do you like classic look Frankenstein from the movies, like behind you, or any type of variation?
I kind of like the one behind me, or even like the dramatic one of him in green, you know, just some tall.
You're a real snob, you know, there's a lot of Frankenstein.
Yeah, I'm just letting you know.
Mine actually, I picked mine with a little bit of a parameter that, like, these have all scared me at haunts. Harry Warden from My Bloody Valentine. He was at one of the Halloween Horror Nights one year, and he got me real good in the woods. So that's why I'm not too keen on your woodsite and your camping. Too much, but yeah, one of my favorites. All right, what's your number 4, Rose?
So I'm jumping up to Jason next for a very similar reason, but also for some reason when I see a Jason versus a Michael Myers, he's like a little bit more intense. Like I feel like he's more likely to chase me for some reason. I know that Michael Myers chases people, but something about the way he looks gives me just a little bit more fear, but he can still be really still. Like,
are you a big fan of the Friday movies?
I enjoy them.
I'll ask you this.
I am more, you know, because of the festival stuff. I have some more like personal reasons that I like Jason. Like we had Ari Lehman come for our last Athens event and he played with his band First Jason. So I'm a little, I might be a little biased there for that.
Yeah, I was going to ask you which Jason which look of Jason you prefer, and now I got myself. That's fair. The bias is fair. Paul, what's your number 4?
I'm going to be selfish and call out Woods of Terror. Good job, Woods of Terror. But they had a Vecna last at theirs, and I thought that was really cool because I'm big into strength, so I thought Vecna was a lot.
I like that. That's a good one. My number 4 is actually Leatherface, and it's more of a representation of the sadistic chain wielding characters that you get. Because I remember when they finally introduced. Now I don't know how long ago it was, but like. I remember we went to Six Flags. They did Fright Fest every year, and when they introduced the chainsaws, it freaked everyone out. And then to being able to see Leatherface in that, because I had to do one where you had to go through the sheets like in the movie and such, and then he popped out. So, you know, I'm not gonna say I soiled my drawers or anything, but like I did. It's Leatherface, and he's terrible. I hate you. But what's your number 3?
So I put down The Crow, and this is purely like for me a visual thing, and also the fact that he can be really fast. So we have someone with Haunt Fest who does a crow character and just sprints it, and I love that. I mean, it's so terrifying, even if they're not dressed up, for someone to be sprinting at you, you know? And so from my experience with that, I just love the idea of having the crow, because it's very clownish looking. It's very like stark colors and everything. I don't know, just from like a visual aspect and from the like fear of just being ran at. That's
where my number 3 is very similar for that reason. So I'm with it. The Crow. I've never seen the Crow at a haunt, although you guys should know he is the hero tech. But no, that's awesome. I would love to see the Crow. Like that would be weird and fun. And we're all about weird. And Paul, what's your number?
I don't even know what to call it, but at one haunt they had a Purge theme, and those kids sold the shit out of it, and it was terrifying that they were dressed all preppy, covered in blood, saying they wanted to kill me. I was like, this is 100%.
You actually
purged. They purged.
I don't know that I'd want to do a Purge style haunt. No, I dig that though. That's a good one. But Roseanne, kind of like what you were saying about the Crow, I chose Ghostface because there's never been a time I've seen Ghostface and he can't run. You know, every haunt he's like ready to run, and I'm like, I don't. So I guess I die or we fight. I don't know. We'll figure it out. I hope you're a teenager. teenager, because if you're a full grown man, I'm probably gonna die. It's one of those things that like, they move too fast, and like that's why I don't mind the Michael Myers. You can't come at me too fast, or I'm just done. You will get me to scream. But what is your number 2?
So my number 2 is actually Leatherface, because I'm all about the gore and I don't know. I love the aesthetic. It's kind of messed up. I love the aesthetic of like, because I'm from a small southern town, okay, and I look around at some scary people already, and it's just so much more hitting home with a character like Leatherface, because I feel like I could walk into any of these abandoned farmhouses out here and he might be in there. And so for me, that's like a personal, like, that freaks me out, but I'm so enamored by it when I go on a haunt, any sort of like cannibalistic area. I just love it. I eat it up. I don't know why.
But hopefully not literally. No, that's a great choice of words. But no, I mean, that makes sense. Like, it is. That's very cool too. That's interesting. That the Sawyer's house and stuff. I've seen it in certain haunts of Leatherface. It's such a cool atmosphere for it. And I think that's why those movies work so well. But Paul, what's your number 2?
I was pleasantly surprised at a different haunt. I think maybe last year. They had Art the Clown. And they didn't announce it or anything. You just turned a corner and he's just there with the trash bag, and they did a really good job on their makeup. And that kind of, I was like, hell about that.
Yeah, that's definitely another one. Just because but cool gore effect. Mine is again, one that freaked me out. The movie freaks me out, and I've been haunted by him in a haunt. Sackhead from The Stranger. I think it's creep. All right, I don't care what anybody says. It's one of the creepiest in. Hey, let's get to our number 1s. What do you got?
All right, my number 1 was actually Art. We do have also an Art, or we did at our last an Art the Clown that just blew me away. I mean, the fear factor just looking at him from a distance, like he didn't have to even meet eyes with you, but it was just scary to see. So just thinking about being in a haunt with an Art the Clown, which I've never been in a haunt with an Art the Clown, but I imagine it would scare the crap out of me. Yeah. I mean, in a good fun way, but also, my God.
And when you know you're safe, it's fun. Yeah. With Art the Clown, it's like, I don't know if he exists. This dude's doing everything these days. He's everywhere. Yeah, that's definitely a character right there. That's a good choice. No, I don't want to. I'm luckily have not seen him yet in haunts, but I'm sure I will soon. What do you got for me? What's your number 1, Paul?
So I'm gonna go with Michael Myers, but I'm gonna tell you, because I worked at a haunt, right? This Michael Myers, I never saw him out of costume. He just show up, and they pay him somehow, so they knew who he was, but he just stand in random places the whole time. Like, even as someone that worked there, like, you could be going to the bathroom and he's just standing right. Never said anything, never talked to anybody. And he'd just be in random places the whole time. Like, you'd be going to your car, just be standing right there next to your car, just chilling with a knife. I was like, I don't know if you actually work here or you don't, because, yeah. And I have no idea who you are.
That would be very unsettling. When I went to see it at the drive-in, the second one, they did a double feature when the second one came out, and Pennywise walked around and just looked at cars. Nah, I'm good. Mine is a little unconventional for my number 1. It's from a movie I think is great, but I don't think a lot of people see it anymore, is Dead Silence, and that's Mary Shaw. I was in one haunt with her once, and they had all the dolls out and everything, all the ventriloquist dolls and stuff. And she was the actor they put in this role for this haunt was fantastic. She was just kind of lingering until it was time to come out of nowhere and then like show up out of the shadows and freak you out. It was wild. And so she's my number 1, Mary Shaw from Dead Silence. Thank you guys so much for doing the list and hanging out and having a fun time. I love that list, Roseanne. That's fantastic. And I appreciate you being a good sport about it, because I know when I asked for it, I'm like, this is a lot of words. Like, I don't know if I'm asking this properly. But no, very solid list, and we appreciate it. Hey, all right, you made it to the end. Thank you guys so much for watching and listening. Truly appreciate you here, and we love having you here at the Scene Snobs. Make sure to give us a like and subscribe so you can see what else we got going on. Content every day, and we love hanging out and talking movies. All right, everybody, until next time, I'll talk to you soon. Bye.